Hey, Bill O'Reilly here. Welcome to another YouTube bonus. And we got a lot going on this week with the New York City mayoral race. Mamdani, the socialist. Oh, so let's talk about this a little bit because I think it's important. Most people raised in a public school system, they don't know what communism, fascism, socialism, capitalism. They don't really know. And I'm sorry to be supercilious, word of the day. That means arrogant. I don't want to be, but it's true. You go out to the mall and stop a 19-year-old and go, what's socialism? They're not going to know. So let's start here. I want everybody to know with the definition, okay, of socialism. This is from the Webster Dictionary. A system or condition of society in which the means of production are owned and controlled by the state, or a stage of society in Marxist theory, transitional between capitalism and communism, that is socialism, okay, where the state tells everybody what they can have. That is socialism. Here's what you can have, all right? Capitalism is you can have as much as you earn, minus taxes and reasonable things. That's capitalism. Socialism is, no, we're going to tell you what you can have. So there are three main socialists that get a lot of media attention are Bernie Sanders, a senator from Vermont, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, a congresswoman from New York, and Zohran Mamdani, would-be mayor of New York City. Okay? They're pushing socialism, and they're all doing very well. Bernie Sanders, 3 homes. Burlington, Vermont, worth about $750,000. He's got a lakefront home on Lake Champlain, worth almost $1 million. And he's got a D.C. Capitol Hill townhouse, Bernie has, $800,000. Whoa, Bernie! That's a lot of jack. His estimated total worth is $5 million, okay? And he's a socialist. Now, Bernie, if real socialism were in play in the United States, could never have $5 million. So he's not a billionaire, but he's a millionaire. Okay. I don't begrudge him that, by the way, if he has earned it honestly. I'm a big capitalist. Ocasio-Cortez too young to really have a portfolio at this point. Mamdani was raised in an affluent home, never had a private sector job. But he's got a lot of money coming to his political action committee, they'll say. Now, around the world, there are 5 communist countries. All right, China, Cuba, Laos, North Korea, and Vietnam. Russia is no longer a communist country, but it really is. Because the Russian government, led by Putin, can take all your stuff tomorrow. You have no recompense there. If Putin wants your stuff, he's going to take it. Putin's the wealthiest man in the world. If you read Confronting Evil, we tell you how he got that way. But you can't put it into the communist countries because they say they're not. And the oligarchs over there that sell the oil and the guns and all that, I mean, they're not operating under communist principles. Socialist countries, Sri Lanka, Bangladesh, Nepal, and Guyana. All right, so we're socialists. That's it. Everybody else is supposed to be capitalists. Of course, they're not, because totalitarian regimes control about half the countries in the world. And the Europeans say, no, we're democratic socialists. We're not going to have the government come in, but the government pretty much dictates cradle-to-grave entitlements. For example, in Great Britain, our biggest ally, when you're 16 years old, you got to take a test. If you don't do well on that test, you don't go to college because the government pays for all the college here. Now, if your parents have enough money to send you to Oxford or Cambridge private colleges, then you can go, but nobody has that kind of money, particularly in the working class. So the government kind of controls this. In America, you can go to community college, go to state college. There's no limitations. Great Britain, there is. Do you know that? Okay. Now let's get to a poll. This is Cato. Cato says that Americans between the ages of 18 and 29, 62% say socialism's okay. Ooh. Now I can only guess why. They don't want to compete, blah, blah, blah. They don't understand, whatever it may be, but it's not good. Most of them will grow out of that, particularly when they buy a house, they have a family, that kind of thing. You got to earn as much money as you can. You want the government taking 70% of your take-home pay. So socialism is. All right, let's do a little tape here. Mamdani. So if you don't live in New York, you may not know this guy, but I'm a socialist. Okay. He was born in Africa, and he's an American citizen, but he doesn't buy into capitalism or much traditional American tenets. So here's what he said at the Young Democratic Socialists of America conference. Go.
It is very critical for all of us to remember what it is that we are fighting for, and to remember that our agenda is an agenda that must not be dictated by calculus, but by conviction. And what I mean by that is that the many things that we believe, some of them are already popular in this moment right now, right? If we're talking about the cancellation of student debt, if we're talking about Medicare for all, these are issues which have the groundswell of popular support across this country. But then there are also other issues that we firmly believe in, whether it's BDS, right? Or whether it is the end goal of seizing the means of production.
End goal, seizing the means of production. Zohran wants to control it all. Okay, giving you free health care. Giving you free college, no student loans. Nope, it's free. Well, who's going to pay for that? The rich. Going to take their stuff, their house, everything. These are communists, this guy. Seizing, he says it, seizing the means of production. We're going to seize it. That means you're going to have a gun. That's how you seize it. Because they'll be good. Yeah, take my house, Zohran. Go ahead. Take my car. You have to force them. Pretty frightening. American homeowners, the FBI has been warning all of us about a type of real estate fraud called title theft. The target, your equity. With just a forged signature, ownership can be transferred out of your name, and without protection in place, you are facing an emotional and financial nightmare. That's why I partner up with Home Title Lock. You can find out today if you are already a victim and protect yourself. Use promo code BILL at HomeTitleLock.com to get a free title history report, plus a free trial of their $1 million triple lock protection. That's 24/7 monitoring, urgent alerts, and if you are a victim of fraud, they will spend up to $1 million to fix it. Don't be a victim. Protect your equity today. That's HomeTitleLock.com, promo code BILL, or use the link below. That's HomeTitleLock.com, promo code BILL. Bernie Sanders. This was on CNN recently. Go.
And I think messaging becomes easy when you're prepared to stand up and fight the right fights. And what is the right fight? At a time when the top 1% owns more wealth than the bottom 93%, and the rich are getting richer while working families are struggling, you tell me what the issue is.
The issue is you don't tell the truth. Okay, so 1% owns more wealth than the bottom 93? How'd you arrive at that? Okay, America is a consumer society. All right, and we buy things, and then companies make money because we buy their stuff, And that's what capitalism is. So you earn money. If you earn a lot, you buy a lot. Not me, but a lot of people. And if you don't earn much, then the government gives you assistance, like we're going through the food stamp thing now. But 1% is responsible for 93%? What is that? And the CNN person doesn't know. Wait. For me, I go, wait, you got to explain that now. Where are you getting these numbers? So Bernie wants, just like Mamdani wants, the government to come in and tell you what you can have. Ocasio-Cortez on with Stephen Colbert. Roll it.
So what that means to me is healthcare as a human right. It means that every child, no matter where you are born, should have access to a college or trade school education if they so choose it. And, I think that no person should be homeless if we can have public structures and public policy to allow for people to have homes and food and lead a dignified life in the United States.
Yay! Yeah. Okay. So she's in charge. Then there's 330 million Americans, probably more now. Okay. So you get, free of charge, you get total health care, the human right. Whatever it is, drugs, visits, MRI, free. Then you get, free education, preschool all the way through to master's degree. Okay, it's free. Then you get a home. You don't have a home? We'll give you one. You get a home. Then you get food. What kind of food you want? Now, who's going to provide that? Who? It's all free. In order to do that, you would have to seize all the property, as Fidel Castro did in Cuba, of all 330 million Americans. You have to take all of it. The only way you could do that. And there's the people in Cuba, yeah, come on, seize my house. Oh, now if you go to Cuba, and I've been there, and I just got back from China, I know what it is. I've seen it. I was in the Soviet Union when it was the Soviet Union. It doesn't work. Everybody's miserable. Everybody's poor. Everybody wants to get out. Ocasio-Cortez knows nothing. But she memorized, we're going to give you everything. And we'll take it from O'Reilly. We're going to go big, send about 30, 40 armed people, and he'll take his deed to his house, check his bank accounts, take that, whatever it is. That's what Castro did. That's what Mao Zedong did. That's what Stalin did. You want that? That's what these people want. Can I make it any more clear? Dangerous. Disagree? You want more? Bill@BillO'Reilly.com. Bill@BillO'Reilly.com. We hope you go to our website. Okay? Great stuff there. Don't forget to watch and listen to the No Spin News. And my book, Confronting Evil, deals with Stalin and Mao. Castro didn't make the cut because Cuba is too small, but he was heinous. Thank you for watching this YouTube bonus. I'm Bill O'Reilly. We'll see you next time.